Hi, I'm Becky. Welcome back to Bellini Bits. Today I'm going to be making some beignets. If you're not familiar with the term, it's actually little fried donuts. So we're going to be doing this. I've already made up the dough because you have to let it rise and use yeast. So I've already made the dough up and I'll post the recipe and how that's done. So I'm just going to be rolling this out because we're going to be cutting up some shapes. Now if you want to get all fancy and cutesy, I suppose you could cut them up whatever little cookie cutter shapes that you want to do. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them up into some squares, maybe some diamond shapes, because I'm not really that cutesy. Plain and simple and classy is kind of how I like to go. So I'm just going to get this rolled out, and then I'm going to show you what we do with our dough. Okay, just getting finished rolling this out. Now, I didn't do it too thick. It's maybe a quarter, maybe an eighth of an inch thick. Just going to go ahead and cut this up now because I'm not planning on using cookie cutters to make pretty little shapes. I'm just going to be using a pizza cutter so I can get fairly straight shapes. Now, these do need to be fairly small because beignets are small donuts. So I'm just going to start cutting these up. Go with some strips maybe about 2 inches wide, maybe 3 inches wide. I'm not really great with my measurements here. And then I'm just going to I'm going to go across and kind of make some nice little diamond shapes, and that's about all we're going to do. Now also on the stove I have heating up some vegetable oil, and I just went ahead and used a candy thermometer because we're going to try to do some deep frying, and I do need to get it up to about 350 degrees, and I still have about 50 or so degrees to go. So while that's heating up, I'm going to be making my what I'm going to be dredging the beignets in, so I'll let you know how I'm going to get that started in just a second. Okay, so I'm just getting ready to make my dredging powders for the beignets. Now typically they're dredged in powdered sugar, which is good. There's nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to make them a little bit more interesting. So what I'm doing is I've got, for one of them, I'm going to do it 3 different ways. For one of them I just got traditional old hot chocolate mix that I'm putting into a bag. So I'm just getting about almost a cup of that in a bag. And in my other bags, I have regular sugar and powdered sugar. Now what I'm going to do to make them a little bit different, a little bit more holiday, I suppose, is into my hot chocolate, I went ahead and ground down 2 peppermint candy canes. So it's nice, kind of a fine powder, so I'm just going to add that directly to the hot chocolate mix, and that will be one of our dredging powders. And we'll just mix that up. And then for the regular sugar, what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to zest an orange. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that going, and we're going to add some cinnamon to that one as well. So it's going to take me a minute or so to get about the zest of 1 whole orange in there because I want to make sure it's nice and perfumed with this lovely flavor. So while I get that finished up, then we'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to do for the 3rd powder. Okay, so I got my orange zested, and I got, about, a teaspoon and a half of orange zest that I'm going to add to my almost 1 cup of regular granulated sugar. I'm also going to dump in maybe about a half a teaspoon or so of cinnamon. Just want to get this nice, and the reason I'm doing this with the regular sugar is because orange zest, you can add a little bit of liquid to it, and it will go ahead and it won't lump up on you. Now, if I had added the orange zest to the powdered sugar, it would have already formed somewhat of an icing. So, granulated sugar you can actually color with food coloring, a few drops of it, and it won't ruin it. So I'm thinking the same is going to hold true for the orange zest with a little bit of cinnamon. So that's what I'm doing with this one. And then to my powdered sugar. Hoping this turns out good. I've actually made a cookie recipe a friend had given me before. My friend Bray had sent me a recipe for chai cookies, and you actually opened up some chai tea bags and added it into the cookie mix. So I'm assuming that I can do this also with the powdered sugar and dredge my beignets in it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up 2 of these tea bags and mix that in with the powdered sugar, and then we're going to go ahead and start frying our beignets because I can see that my oil is beyond ready. So let me get this finished in here, mixed up, and then we'll go ahead and start cooking up those little donuts. Okay, we're ready to start frying these little diamond donuts. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put 4 of them in and see how we do with that. So 1, 2, 3, and you can see how they're nice and floating to the top, and since they're so thin, they'll cook really quickly. I'm just gonna try to keep flipping them so they don't overburn. This will probably take like not even a minute to get these all cooked, so you could probably do more at a time. It'll cool the oil off, but once you flip one over, just go straight to the next one and flip it over if you can get it to stay flipped over. But you can see how they're cooking really quickly. So turn over for me. All right, so we're almost there. Who doesn't like fried dough? Come on. So we're just going to go ahead and get one side done at a time, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, and we'll get started on the next batch. Let these cool off a little bit on my paper towels, and then we'll dredge them in some of the flavored dredging powders that I have mixed up, and then give them a taste. All right, so I finally got it down how to do this with getting them all evenly browned. So we're just going to throw in about 6 at a time. And then I'm going to take my little sieve here, and I'm just going to stir them around and make sure that they stay pressed down, because they will float because they get done really quick. I mean, seriously, it takes like less than a minute to get these suckers done. So this will help them stay evenly browned if I just keep pressing them down and make sure that they're all getting evenly covered in oil. And this is going to be done here in about 30 seconds. Quickly happens. See how that's going. And then once I pull these out, we'll go ahead and dredge a couple of them and see how those toppings work. These aren't very sweet because this is, again, a traditional beignet recipe, and there's only about a half a cup of sugar in the entire thing, and you can see how much it made. It says it's 10 servings, but I'm going to venture and say it's more like 30 servings. So this recipe, I think I'd probably cut down quite a bit, or if you're going to a potluck or some sort of holiday get-together, might not be a bad idea to make up some of these, although I do think they should be served warm. So maybe a good Christmas morning breakfast to have with some nice hot chocolate or some hot coffee. Okay, so these are going to get pulled out here. And I'm going to go ahead and set them on my paper towels to drain. And we'll go ahead and get some of them started to dredge. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the chai ones first. I'm going to throw about 4 of these in here. They're still nice and warm, so I'm just going to shake them up. Get them nice and coated. Put them onto our pretty little plate that we're going to serve them on. Pull them out. And the oil helps that stick to it. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and let's do the orange zest sugar one. Alright, so put those in here as well. Oh, that smells so good. Orange zest and cinnamon. Alright. Shake those in here. These ones might not get quite as covered. We're going to try. Not sticking to it so well, but I'm sure it'll get just enough sweetness on there. It's not going to be terribly sweet, but enough of the flavor I think will stick to it. We'll see when we do our taste test. Put that back open. Alright, so we got the... Oh, it smells so yummy. I wish you could smell this right now. Oh my goodness. Yum. Well, you can see it kind of got stuck in those little cracks right there. So I'm going to pile these up. I want to make some room for the chocolate ones because I don't really want to get my flavors all mixed up. Alright, so we'll take 4 of our here. Mix up our chocolate with the crushed up peppermint candy in there. And that's sticking nice to it as well. Alright, nice and easy. So we'll go ahead and pull this one out if I can figure out how to open my bag. And looky there, you've got nice, simple donuts, really quick to fry. You can actually make the dough the day before and chill it for up to 24 hours, and that's exactly what I did, and it worked really well. Alright, so let's go ahead and give these a taste test. I guess I'm going to have to try all 3 of them just to see. So I'm going to go with the orange zest sugar one first. Oh, that is so good. And you can see, it's nice and done inside. Happened real quick. And that nice chewy texture that a lot of raised donuts tend to have. Now, I'm going to try this chai one because I'm a little curious about that. Wow, that's good. That's really good. Wow, brilliant. I definitely have to make that one again. That's really awesome. Get this all down. And then try the chocolate peppermint ones because, oh, that smells good. You know, if you come up with some great creations, some great flavor combinations, you're never going to know unless you try it. So, you know, what's it going to hurt? That one's good too. Not my favorite. I'm not really a big chocolate fan, but it's still really good. So, there you have it. Some different toppings you can make with donuts. You don't have to cut them like this. Again, you can cut them in any shape you want to. Circles, typical donuts with the holes in it, what have you. So I'll go ahead and post the recipe that I used. I grabbed it off of the Food Network site. Paula Deen, I do believe, had the recipe. So, and then I'll put the mixtures I put together for the toppings, and who knows, maybe you'll come up with one of your own, and it'll be awesome. So I'll see you next time on Believe It.